friends, welcome back to Bump Love. Another fabulous week for fabulous conversations, and we are here to have it. Thank you so much for commenting and writing and telling us your thoughts and opinions. Thank you so much. Even to those of you that have liked, subscribed, we've seen the new subscribers. Welcome to the family, because if you love anything on motherhood, parenting, womanhood, you're right at home. You are welcome. Ladies, welcome to the show this week. Good to see you. You are looking lively. You know, as a teacher, I like to see children like this. When they come, they are bright and beautiful and ready to learn. To be honest, I wanted to ask you how your weeks were, but I think I'll go with mine because I had such a good week. The early childhood care and education policy was approved. Yo, it has.
That's been a dream.
It's been a dream. It's been a journey. It's been, you know, advocating for things like this. You're in the quiet, and you want the people who are in government to just know that these things are important, so that when the people who have, when the big boys are talking, you feature. So I'm quite excited, happy, glad, all of that good stuff. And one of the things that are really big on that policy is the importance of play for children. Oh. So, what was one of your favorite games growing up? Well, in nursery.
In nursery, what did we play?
Hey! Is it not all you were doing?
Yeah. But I think my favorite game that I remember so well was hopscotch. I don't remember when we started playing it, if it was 4 or 3 or 5, but when we'd get charcoal and draw on the cement.
Yes.
Your boxes, and you have little balls. Stones, actually, it was stones that you were throwing. Yes. Yeah, I loved it. I really was so playful when I was young. I don't know if it has ended, but I loved to play.
Yeah, for me, I think it was a name that goes, that was hopscotch?
Okay.
I don't know what we used to call it. I don't remember what Brian, we used to live in flats. What were those? What was that game called? No, it wasn't. Definitely wasn't called hopscotch. Anyone the gay flats in Golobi flats? We were not calling it. Hey, that one.
That one.
Hey, steps. We used to call steps. Then you come. You look at Beverly looking at us. Please, both of you, keep quiet. You don't know.
That's the one where you pass the.
You throw, then you walk out, legs together.
Then whenever you steps. Yeah, that was steps. For me, I absolutely loved okwepena.
Yes.
Nadalanga, they are stones. You people. Where this coward? That can move. I was a seer. Then you do this coward.
And there are those ones who could fly.
I was those ones.
Yes. I see you.
I was the one.
I see you being a star. I see
When
that.
they get you cry. You don't want to
I would not be okay. I would not be okay.
And then the people who dive on the ground.
Never play. I tell when there are stones, when you add in 7 stones.
Yes.
I think we used to live in flats, so you can imagine. And there would be like games between block A, block B, block C. There would be a whole tournament, please. On weapon in the evening. Then you see. Then block A is not talking to block D because you beat us. You cheated us. You shouted that they are calling this one's mother when it was time. That one. Yeah.
Oh,
Kwepena.
childhood is fun.
Whoa.
Childhood is fun. You know, a game I really liked was concentration. Where let's stand up. Remind ourselves. Let's stand up and remind ourselves.
Your mama hopscotch. If you did hopscotch.
Hold hands, Barbara and Manuela. Concentration. Concentration.
That's consultation. Consultation, the beginning names of, don't you know? Such as, for example,
Girls' names. Monica.
Now you didn't even tell us who's going next. You're not a very good game instructor.
Okay, let's do it again. You have to swear. If you don't swear, you're not in that. Concentration. Now begin.
Names of.
For example,
Such as
girls' names. Beverly.
Manuela.
Monica.
Nancy. Then you can even check
Barbara.
Bianca.
Nairobi.
Kenya.
That's a name. Lupita.
Beyonce.
Blue Ivy.
Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson.
Oprah.
Michelle Obama.
No. Speaking of home, one of the hardest tasks that we face as women is managing our homes. When you even hear the word, you feel pressure. When you hear the word management, you kind of feel sick, and there's a certain form of anxiety inside you. But I want us to go to the back, real backwards, and speaking to our childhood. When you are growing up, there were those tasks that were yours, that they are for Bev. Now, when your father comes in and finds the umbrella, he's like, "Who left? Beverly, you left the umbrella." You know those things. What are those tasks that were given to you that were just yours? And how are you doing the same in your home, if you are anyway?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I remember sweeping,
Yeah.
and we used to have a carpet and would have to hoover it. I hated that. I hated anything that involved removing dust. That involved removing dust.
Now we're too late.
And I hated. We used to have a rota.
Driving a Hoover.
And then we used to have a rota where you'd wash dishes. I hated washing dishes.
Right.
Just the idea of removing that slimy oil and drying dishes. The idea of dishes, drying, washing, stacking back. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I really do not like it at all. At all.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know. For me, the way our mom raised us, everybody did all the jobs. Everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, even if it was like our baby brother. If it was time for cooking rice, she would help him. Like, she'd be holding his hand as he cooked, washing with him, the plates and the cups and all of that. So for us, we never had that role that is yours and only you. I know for Brian though, he said he used to do whenever they are going to eat grown-ups.
It's his day.
He's the one who would be what do they call it?
Pounding.
In Uganda, secularing.
It's a lot
He'd
of
be the one it's a lot of work. Secularing, and then he would be seeing his friends playing. He's like,
Because you can't do it inside the house. You have
no,
to do
you
it
from
outside.
outside. Yeah, but for us growing up, we didn't have any. And so for me, even now, the kids have rotas on what work they're going to do, and they switch it every month. The rota keeps switching. Yeah.
Growing up, we didn't particularly have chores that everybody was responsible for. What my mom did though was every December holiday, that 2 months holiday, she let all the househelps go. So every December we're thrown in the deep end, and she'd get up and go to work. She expects to find a clean house, food for her and her husband, clothes washed, ironed, compound cleaned, windows cleaned, and she'd just walk in the evening.
And just left no one responsible for anything.
No, we were all almost the same age. At that time, we were teenagers. Yeah. So she would come in, and everybody should expect that if I cooked today, my sister cooked tomorrow, and the other sister cooked. But what happened? You know, children. Some people, you know yourselves, found a way to just be meandering in the house. Or they would always be unspeaking leaves. I mean, they found a way not to do the work. Then others who feared being beaten would do all the work. Yeah, so somehow that's how we picked it up.
And how are you both managing it in your homes now?
Really, none of them likes washing dishes because there's always
like
so many.
you.
When you're six in the house, dishes are always stacked. At every point, there's a plate with bread, with rice, with something on. There's always a plate in the sink. It's spotless. 5 minutes later, someone decides they want fruit. Out comes a plate or dish. Why is that?
Right.
When Emma and I were alone in the house, the sink, it would sparkle. It was our mirror. You could see ourselves, the reflection. Now I don't see the sink because there are always plates Someone is always eating. So it's really like that. But they know. For example, if one of the children has cooked, they're not the ones who wash. That's one of the rules. And we categorize. The one who cleans the house is the one who makes sure the youngest two have bathed. The one who washes the dishes is the one who may do something else. So we categorize them in twos in terms of the largest bulk of things. Yes, the largest bulk was the house, cooking, and cleaning dishes. So that's what we do. And they know, yesterday I did this and what? Sort yourselves out. So they know themselves.
You're like,
yesterday I did, sort yourselves out.
Just expect to walk into the house and there's food, the house is clean, but your clothes are ironed.
Yeah, but also I also have to make sure I step in because sometimes I can see they've really worked hard. You know, because I don't like washing dishes, I put the phone on and I'm listening to a program or listening to music so that it's easier, it's manageable, it's more enjoyable.
Right.
And also I like to wash the dishes when there is no one awake. Those odd hours. That's what I like to clean.
But there, people are sleeping.
Yes.
They're there.
So I'd rather do that.
Making noise with your plates.
It helps me process. No. But that's my process. I'm like, okay, let me make it as enjoyable as I can. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so house is quiet. I'm listening to music, listen to a message, and then I'll wash. So I have to do that so that they also realize, oh, mom is also stepping in. I don't want to make them feel, what a burden. Even me as a parent, I'll make them, no, this is just something we all do because we all want the house clean.
Right.
Yes. But, you know, it's every day comes and you still feel the enormity of it. There's a routine which is respected, but the enormity still weighs on you.
Right.
The idea of, okay, another day to clean. Yes.
You know, I don't know if you guys remember, like when you guys came and I said, guys, anybody who eats, please, you wash your plate. I'm sorry, you are guests. Wonderful. But in case you finish, you have finished your food. Please wash your dish.
Anyway, babe, on your 50th birthday,
Yes.
me, I know the perfect gift for you.
You do?
A
Dishwasher.
dishwasher.
Yeah. We even still have time to save up for it. We have 6 children in the house between the age of 20 and 11. So really, there is no baby.
Yes.
There's nobody that's young. What I have done is now ask people to pick up after yourself. Your bedroom is your responsibility.
Yes. That's a good one.
I expect to walk in and not cover my eyes.
Yeah.
Pick up after yourself. If you're going to have a snack, breakfast,
Yes.
walk to the sink. Really, it's a cup,
I know.
a plate, and a spoon. Why is it in the sink? So I expect that even if you snack whatever it is, but lunchtime, because it will have more dishes, mealtime really, lunch and dinner.
Right.
Then I just said we have 6 people in the house now.
Who are all responsible.
We expect that each day, actually there are 5, each day of the week, let's have somebody wash, Monday to Friday. And I just left it so they sort of say, I'll wash first, I'll wash after. When we walk in, we expect to find no dishes, no saucepans, no plates, no what. I don't even know whose days, I don't even care who washes on which day. But somehow they sort themselves out. So I said, I washed yesterday, okay, I'll wash tomorrow.
Yes.
Wash with me.
Yes.
That's really not my...
that negotiation is always there.
No. So, because I want them to be responsible.
Yes.
Your space, it's important for you to be in a clean space. So can we pick up after ourselves? Can we be responsible enough to manage without mommy having to say, okay, Monday, Tuesday,
I know.
Thursday.
Scheduling everything.
No.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Your laundry is yours.
Yes.
Why is the basket full in your bedroom with clothes?
Yeah.
You know it?
Yeah.
Your ironing and washing is really on you. Yes.
And so we've talked about the chores and what. There must be some chores we detest. What are some of those household chores you just detest? We're managing a home. Or do we wake up and sing like Mary Poppins? Huh?
I hate.
And we are singing feathering and...
I don't care. I don't care if there are some which are... when you ask which was your worst, all the chores in the all of them, I hate all. But now, I hate all chores.
Okay, in case you didn't hear the first time or the second time.
Just thought I should.
Me, anything that involves water, washing clothes, mopping, or I can iron 3 baskets of clothes.
Are you serious?
All I need to do is find a comfortable place to sit.
A good ironing
Line
board,
up 2 or 3 podcasts, and I'm done. I'll iron, put, and I really nae water.
Oh!
No,
Much as I don't like the dishes, you know what I hate most is ironing. I even mentioned it. I must have mentioned it to Emma that, I will do everything but ironing. No. So actually, he does a lot of the ironing. The uniforms, because I will wash, make sure that everything is ready. For me, if it looks wearable, I'm like, you know what, by tomorrow it will look like it's ironed. Put it there. I just don't
If I wear it long
ironing.
enough.
If I wear
by
it long
lunchtime.
enough. We went to boarding school and we managed to. When you wear it long enough for the day. So ironing is the one I detest.
I have no problem.
I will do hankies because that's quick. But, you know how bed sheets, you have to fold them in a certain way. You know, the person stands the other side of the room and then you fold and then I just don't
I even
do
have techniques for it.
Yes.
Hankies line all the three.
And then
The heat up will come into the middle and then turn the
and
other
then
side.
they'll
The heat
sort
down
each
will
other
also
out.
come into the
No,
You
I
have
just
finished. Hey, we need those hacks. For real. No, for me, I absolutely hate. I don't care. All of them, I don't like.
All of them, you don't
And
like.
meanwhile, I look like as though I enjoy, because I've never had a maid. So
Yes.
how is it that but I hate it? I just.
You look like Mary Poppins, like you're the one who sings well.
Well,
Who sings well.
I'm
Wow.
never complaining. Hey, I'm always complaining. Yeah, that's me.
So Manuela, you and I teach planning.
Yes, at the
During
annual
our annual
planning.
personal planning getaway.
Yes,
And one of the things we handle is home management.
right.
And we know that
Can you imagine?
it sort of eases the whole process of running your life and takes away stress and overwhelm from ladies. Between the two of you, what is your home routine and what are those things you do to manage the home better?
I like you said, my home routine. I often play it by ear.
Oh.
And by that, I mean, there are days when I'm so energized and enthusiastic about cleaning, or there are days I wake up and I'm surprised the place is clean. Because I wake up early and I sleep early, I used to tell them, you people, when I wake up, I'm falling over the things you've left, your toys, your what? And so they keep hearing it often. Some days I wake up and I'm pleasantly surprised. So my routine used to be, I know when I wake up early, a bit, apart from the praying and reading and the things I do, I'm going to be cleaning the mess of last night. So that was part of my routine. But then they heard it often, how I was a bit upset by it, that now they make sure it's clean. I'm telling you, it's spotless.
Right.
You know how you prepare the place for visitors, eh? In the morning when I wake up, that's how it is.
Wow.
They even put my notebook there where they know I'll find it because they know the notebook is where I write. I know. So I play it a lot by ear because I need to be comfortable and happy. I just need to have the right energy when I'm doing anything. Even if it's a chore I don't like. The energy has to be right. Otherwise, I won't do it.
Right.
And sometimes then I'll go for a morning walk so that I come back with the right energy to do that exercise, which I'm looking at the kitchen, this one needs a walk first. Then I'll come back and attack it. So I'll take my cold shower, come back, take water, take another shower, and then I attack what needs to be. It's easy because I first looked after myself. So what I've done is because before I used to be like, Mike, especially when I was married before children, everything must be right. But you can't be perfect enough for your husband.
No.
And sometimes he says, you know what, Beverley, it's okay. You know, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Is the cooking? Was the spice? Was the this? Was the this? He said, can't we just relax, please? It's okay to order out once in a while. And so I realized that let me look after myself first before I look after the home. That's even that. I had to reverse everything because it's never going to be done. You know, it's never going to be done. When the kitchen is done, the beds are not laid properly. Right. When that is done, something is wrong in the bathroom. Right. When that is done, the Vim is finished. You have to go and buy more Vim. No, when that is done, you asked for pink toilet paper, they bought white. Because then everything becomes you're hypercritical. So I just said, look after yourself. And then when you do, people then realize what you need and they do the things for you. They realize, oh, you know what? Mommy always says Vim is a must. You'll find the Vim always there. You know, always, where I told you what there's no Vim. It's done. Right. You know this annoying thing? I think everyone gets annoyed by it. The toilet, when the toilet paper's done and they leave that my pet peeve, do not do that. Now they know. They remove it. Who do you think is going to put it in the dustbin? Why do people do that? Every home, every office. It's a problem, isn't it? And so now those small things they now know and they put it together. Right. Yeah, so don't have an empty plate when there's a laptop on the table. What are you doing? So, yeah.
Please, I have to answer before Manuela because Manuela's answer
is going to be.
If I dare speak after Manuela, they will not hear my answer. Get a pen and paper and prepare for Manuela. It's going to be a whole lesson on home management, on routines, on systems. Not first. I will go first. Then you can give your answer. No, but I always believe that the same way we run businesses, we can run our homes. Right. Especially when it comes to systems. Which days of the week do you shop? Right. Or is it as you're getting out of the house, the maid comes and says, we don't have tomatoes for today. Then you're looking for 5,000 in the bag.
Yes, yes.
And I think it's because I'm one of those people, once I have my clothes on and I'm going, my mind has already reached the office.
Yes.
I've gone through the traffic already. Right. So that means anything that you say concerning the home can distress me.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's what days of the week
yes.
do you shop? So we know. If anything gets finished, please, we've got to wait. We won't die. Who does the shopping? I remember the last time I went to the market, Nakawa market, I went shopping and then I went to meet friends. So they came to hug me and I was like, no, you can't hug me. I just came from the market. I'm sweaty. And they exclaimed at the same time, who still goes to the market with all those guys lined up? You know, Nakawa market has like 500
I
little
know.
guys outside. Yeah. Like, come on, Barbara, where did you find that time? Yeah. So it's who does the shopping for you. And you can train them down to the details. Yes. I want tomatoes which have a hole, and they'll get them. Supermarket shopping. Most of the supermarkets deliver now.
Yes.
And the only extra fee is the border of 5,000.
Yes.
So it's things that are going to make your life
such
easier.
A convenience.
We do them for office. Why can't we do them at home? Why do I want to be the one in the market as telling them that, no, I don't like those tomatoes. You give me that green pepper. Those man hours. Then you can use them at home.
Yes.
Which days of the week do you wash? Is it that every day I'm going to work, I'm jumping over basins in the compound? You understand? Yeah. What happens at what time in the house? Right. Preferably by the time I get out of the bedroom. Please let the house be clean. Right. So that I am not also jumping buckets, the slippery floors.
I know.
Let's have the house clean. Yeah. Breakfast.
Wet floor.
Signage for wet floors. Awesome. Yes. So let's have, which day do we do what? And when you sit with, because we have a help, you sit and say Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we wash clothes. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, we iron. Like, so that it even makes work easier for everybody. So we know that today is a wash day, I'll take clothes to the laundry. Today is an ironing day, I will pick clothes and take them to the room. But also machines.
Yes, make life easy.
I have a cousin who calls them assistant house helps. Yes. She says, Omanyi Barbara, you have to buy these assistant house helps. A food steamer. What's it called? A blender.
Yes.
Like anything that can make your work
so that you don't
easier. Yes, so that anything you need to do happens quickly. A food processor. A dishwasher,
an air fryer,
washing machine, and an air fryer.
My new favorite.
No, every woman, I think. There's even a meme going around saying that women with air fryers feel like they've conquered the world.
But we have.
Yeah, so I also believe machines and anything that can help the work get done faster. Rice cooker, throw it in, go to the bathroom. By the time you come out, it's ready. Over to you, madam.
Shanga, you finished all the answers. What am I still saying? Me with who I do, FPPG, really, you finished all the answers. No, but I think it's important for us to realize, like when it comes to hope management, which was a realization I had to go through. I can be wonderfully doing a presentation in office, but I'm remembering my bed, which I left unlaid. Do you click? Or you remembering the face of your husband when he entered the house and found it dirty, and he's like, the house is not clean. Like those comments that they make. Even your kids can do those things. The chair is so dirty. And you're like, but why? And then you realize that the whole day today you hosted guests and they came in that bathroom and they saw the cobweb. And you're like, but why? Or that panty of yours or of your daughter, which they left there, which has a hole. You're like, but
that's all. It can throw you off.
It can really throw you off. And yes, there was a time in my life I was those happy-go-lucky, whatever happens. But then I got married to a man who He's looking at me like, what are you gonna say? I got married to a man who, in his mind, we each have to do our roles. We can help each other though. But when you come inside the house, you're the homemaker.
Yes.
Me, I have bought the chairs.
Yes.
Me, I've bought the food. Why aren't you cooking the food? How is the food getting spoiled? How is it that the house is not clean? I got the house. I'm paying the rent. We are sleeping there. How is the house dirty? And he didn't tell it to me outright. I do wish he did, but he didn't tell it to me outright. I just found it out. Now, I'm in this place where now I thought marriage, I came for freedom and good life and to live happily ever after.
In love.
In love, and somehow, in some way, plates get washed because you're happy. Then, of course, alongside everything else that we're going through, then I went through that depression, and then I went through that whole thing we were going through together. And when I was looking at my weaknesses, my home management came right before me. It was one of those things that I saw, which indeed were a weakness. I was winning at the workplace, but like that, the bottom sheet and the top sheet in the bed are different because because somehow the baby was sleeping in the bed. Then then you remove the bottom one, but you didn't have the strength for the top one, so you just put a quick bottom one. Then like those things, and then you got sick. Then people came to see you. Then you realize, oh shit, my bed sheets are different. Then you're there looking for other bed sheets. Then you're trying to match bed sheets with. Like even deep down, even when you say that, I don't really care, I'm good, I'm happy. The truth is, when the bed sheets are different color, somehow there's something. Yeah. So going through that, I knew I needed to change, and I know for a fact that the best inventors are the laziest people. The best inventors are the people who don't really want to do the work because they will look for everything possible not to do that work. I don't like cooking. I cook well and the food tastes good, but I don't like it. I don't like being there. Tomatoes have splashed on you. You're there, your fingers are smelling like onions. There's a stain on you. You are there, you had thought you are talking to people, you had the good stain here. Then you've got burnt, you have good things. I just be like, but then you have to clean up after. Can you imagine? I hate cooking, but I have to clean up after. Then you have to eat. Then after you've eaten, you have to wash that. The whole thought of all the work that has to go on in our home. I'm those people who, if I could invent a robot to do all the work that I can do, I would do it. I honestly would have the robot do that work. So I said, okay, what are some of my first challenges, and let me solve them. I'm that chick who a menu, me, I don't do weekly menu, the whole year and a half. So that I never
have to look at it again.
Have to think about a menu. Even the kids' snacks are in the breakfast menu. What you didn't have for breakfast goes for break. Even them, they know. Bianca, you have to pack your what? What are the 3 things you have to pack when you're going snack for school? A carbohydrate.
Protein.
A protein.
And what's it called?
Fruit or something.
Yeah, vitamin.
Fruit, yes.
So it could be a vegetable or a fruit. Even them, they know. So they look and they say, may I pick this carbohydrate, this vegetable, and that's the one I'm packing for. That's the one I'm packing for school. So I said I have to solve these problems. What is the next problem? I have cleaning this house. Okay. Can we write a schedule? What do we clean every day? What do we clean every week? What do we clean every month? What do we clean annually? What do we do in this house annually? So even Brad, sometimes he would say things like, hey, they are over fumigating this place because fumigation happens every 3 months. They are over fumigating until he sees cockroaches coming out of people's houses. Like, fumigate, thanks. Yes, yeah. Thanks, men. Because I would be those people who you would be there jazzing, then a cockroach comes out of the handbag. You're like, now you're there. Instead of being in a meeting, you are killing a cockroach because it came out of your handbag. You're like, yo, how did this happen, So I said, okay, cleaning the house. What are the things that we have to do? Cobwebs. How frequently do we remove cobwebs? How frequently do we clean walls? How frequently do we paint? Those things that you don't think about, how frequently are they done? And can I put them on schedule? And can I call the painter? And say paint I paint once a year. Paint mu December kolo lunaku nsabo je waffe. Okay. So you already have somebody who even knows that he's going to come to paint. The fumigator knows when he comes. The people who do general cleaning, in fact, the team on the cameras are the ones who are always rolling their eyes. They come, there is some work being done always, because I just don't want to do that. So coming up with those schedules and those routines and putting them on paper for everybody to see and have a glance at, so that they can completely understand it. So I looked at every area in my home that I don't like doing, which is everything. And then I found a schedule for it. And then finding help, whether it is a machine or it is a person, finding that help, finding someone who can do that work for you. Brian asked me then here while we were there, but you, when do you mop? Why would I mop? There is a Hoover. Didn't you hear Beverly talking about her Hoover when she was in 1980? As we've just found here, a Hoover. We've never known a Hoover. So finding all the help. In fact, if I could, washing machine, dishwasher is the next one. I want to just see what kind of marinating Mr. Mlondo needs to be able to install a dishwasher, because when that is it's the only one that I have not been able to automate very well. So for me, that's what has been. It's important that you find out what it is exactly that you're having challenges with. Even my kids and their chores are written down. My friends laugh at me up to that dot. Like, what is exactly? Who's the one switching off the mosquito repellents? Who's the one drawing the curtains? Who's the one opening the curtains? Who's arranging the shoes? And in order of who's taking out the rubbish? Who's like, even they feel responsible. Like, they're just like, Mommy, my polythene bags for the bin are over. I need more bags, because they know it is their. It's their chore and it's their responsibility, and they have to do it. So it's there, and they keep switching. Every month they are switching, so they know what somebody is doing, and they can all learn the different tasks in the home. So when it comes to managing, am I there 100%? No. No. I must say though, after the COVID-19 pandemic, I didn't know the good life you people were living. You didn't tell me. We got help during the COVID-19 pandemic. I had never raised my legs so high. You know how people raise here? Yes, mine were up on the other side. Because somehow we got help. People were living in our home, and so they were helping. I was like, my God, this is wonderful. So after the pandemic, I do have somebody that comes in once a week, and just
What's a general?
Just not general. They enter in some crevices, which they do the weekly tasks. As we do the daily quick ones, daily tasks in our daily routine, and then and we leave it at that. So, but that said, talking about teams, how do you guys manage the different service providers? Let me call them service providers that help you in home management. So whether it's, I think they're now house managers, they call them, or shamba boys, or get men, because they do like those, like what are the tasks they do? How do you manage that dynamic? Or how do you manage your maids or your workers at home?
I think for me, the first is to recognize that they're human beings just like us, and have the same needs and demands that we have.
Right.
So when she goes out of the gate and says, can I buy airtime? Sometimes she wants to breathe. This is not her home. These are not her relatives, her people. When periodically, when she needs a day off or a few days off to go to the village, she needs to get out of that space. Right. So it's to have it in your mind that they have the same demands that we have. Right. When she goes to the gateman's kadukulu, or her body is demanding. She's a woman just like you, so her body is demanding that. When she has a few days off to go away, that's when you cater for that demand. Please let her go, and whatever is done, because you can't control it, and you can't control a human being. Right. But also to know that it's difficult to live in a home that's not yours.
Right.
These are not your people. She was raised differently, and some of them come with pain. She's grown up in a home that's not hers, maybe with her grandmother, the parents have died. She's been orphaned, she's grown up with a step parent that's been hateful. So just to recognize that these are human beings, this is somebody's child, just like I have children. So to be considerate, working hours, don't expect her to work from 5 to midnight when you come back from the bar, honestly. If she's done with her work at 6, release her.
Yes.
And the rest of the time, take over. Why is she sitting in the kitchen waiting for the last person to sleep? You know, so it's just those human little things that you do. And grace.
Right.
You find yourself offering so much grace for the mistakes that they make and not expecting perfectionism. Because you're not perfect as well. That's why they're here.
Wow, you have said it.
You know, but I find that when they find a system in place that works and a routine, they deliver better, they work better. If they find a menu,
Which is like every job, yeah? It's
Yeah.
like a job description.
a job description,
yeah.
but she comes and you throw her into the deep end. Figure out what you're going to cook. Figure out how we like our food. Then she fries and you say, too much oil. Then she boils and you say, is this food for a funeral? You know. So, so she comes. You give proper training.
Yes.
And then have your systems that already work. Meaning that if she leaves and another person comes, it's plug and play. Monday we have this, Tuesday we have this. We expect breakfast on the table by 7. So you don't walk out of the bedroom at 8:30 and say, Banangi, omuntu taliye wano. So have systems, have routines and training. It makes everybody's life easier and you get better results.
The problem though is most times people get the maid or the house help
When they're
like
green.
when they really need the help at that time, and then the maid doesn't know so much, and then
You have to go to office the next
you have to
day.
go to office.
There are people who train.
Okay.
Yeah, there are ladies that's all they do now. They train. Get her into your home, let her come, train the house help. For a few days while you're away, you're at work and you know that somebody's doing all that. Because sometimes those house helps come and they can't even flush a toilet because they don't have flushing toilets.
Right.
Yes. So have someone come and do it for you if you don't have the time for it.
Right.
And then pay for the service.
Right.
It's true. We've had our housekeeper since our eldest was 3 months. She's now 15. And she came because I was working in a full-time job. And 3 months was when I had to go back to work after maternity leave. Thankfully, it was 5 minutes from home. So I would drive 3 times a day from the office to breastfeed and just be with the baby. Firstborns. She used to stay with us. But since 2014, when a close relative of hers died, now she comes 4 times a week. She has seen all the children. The children are now taller than her. Do you understand? So she's really been through. She's good. What used to upset me with what people used to say is, how come you're paying her so much? I'm like, what do you mean? I wish you could pay her triple because I knew the value she brought. The training we did maybe was just to show her that I really like my space. You know, that was important to me. She valued that I like my space. And when you're with the children, don't do certain things. Because maybe she came from a community that treated children differently. I was like, no, this is what we do with the children.
Right.
And then guided her on when we're giving the food, from when they're starting mushy foods to when they're eating. She knows I don't take food with salt. I don't take boiled egg with salt.
Right.
At all.
all.
At all. A system, and so she's been part of the system and it's powerful. I don't take food with salt anymore. She will never put salt in my food. Every time there's food, I take matoke. That began from when I was pregnant with the firstborn. There are things she knows really well. We sent her to Nakawa Market. She knows what to get. Jackfruit is a must. Did you understand those things? It's a must.
Yeah.
On special occasion days, especially in holidays, she knows that chips is coming. We're having chips, the chips day, the chapati days. So even the children look forward, they know the days when there are those celebratory moments.
Right.
And those are the days you don't have to coerce them to have food or coax them. Please, have food, have food. And so she knows the system so well. She also understands our preferences and how we want them.
Right.
She also knows that I like my space so much that I also want to be part of that routine. I actually prefer to serve breakfast to everyone.
Oh.
It's so important for me. Because I'm such a morning person, I want everyone to wake up and see. Anyway, she doesn't spend the night, so I am the one who does breakfast anyway. But when she comes by 8. Sometimes then she'll do the breakfast, depending on how the day we've had, the morning we've had, especially holidays. But I want to do that. So really, breakfast is my thing. I want to make sure this, and I love it when my children say, we can tell when it's you who sliced the bread or when it's you, and I love that. So morning is really my time. Evening, I don't mind, but morning is I really need to manage the morning. It makes me feel a sense of accomplishment as a home manager. Right. So it meets a lot of my time, and I want to know my energy was experienced and felt. And this was definitely mommy's doing.
Right.
And so with the morning routine, I've learned how to manage it so easily, especially in the morning. When we're buying porridge, make sure there are 3 types of porridge, because they're not going to take one type of porridge for 3 weeks, even if it's once a week. No. Vary it so that they don't go to cereal. It's healthier. Porridge is healthier. Right. Cereal is not as healthy, let's face it.
Right.
It's healthier to not take bread every day, but to vary. Even when you slice the sweet potatoes well and they see it there, the children will begin to like it. You just have to change the way, be creative. In other words, I've learned to be creative, especially when they're going to school. You just know that things they must take. Be creative, they'll find it there.
Right.
They'll find it there. Then in the evenings when they're hungry, if you plan well, make sure they have supper early.
Right.
So that they don't take snacks and then by supper they're not hungry anymore.
Yeah.
Put supper there. I'm telling you, when a child is hungry, they are hungry. Everything is, what does it say? When you're hungry, even what is bitter tastes sweet.
Yeah.
Is it? So we have tried to put supper as early as possible so they don't feed on the snacks before.
What time is that?
Hopefully by 7 all the time, or even 6, sometimes when they come back, especially on those celebratory days of fried fish and chapati and chips and what? That day you don't have to struggle. Sometimes they like rice a lot. So the days of rice, beef and what, you put vegetables, everyone will eat. Because the morning and when they come back from school is so important, because those are days when they're breaking, but also the times when they're at home. So let them enjoy home food more than any other place.
Right.
When they're in the home, let them enjoy those times when they're in the home, because sometimes that's the time when they're with you.
Right.
So I have breakfast with them if it's school time, and supper they'll have with Emma because he's up at that time. Usually that time I'm in bed. But I want them to enjoy the home meals more than they enjoy any other meal. I don't want them to enjoy meals outside the home more than they enjoy mine. Yeah. Although my mom is winning that one for now. Because
they enjoy
just Sunday
meal.
lunch is something.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I want them to enjoy that space so much.
Yeah.
So when they come and they find their cups ready and plates from home, everybody, thank you, mommy. I'm like, then we can talk about the home. We can talk about, easily.
How their day was and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, no, for me, I think the best way to manage is to give people the tools they need. Yeah. If they don't have what they're supposed to do, then, I'm sorry, what are we doing? Yes. Why again? Yes. You know? I keep laughing, and I know people are going to ask in the comment section, but what are those things you use? I do have a website, www.manuelapmololo.com, where I have all my home organization tools. Everything is in there. Shopping list, cooking, menu for the entire year, how to clean your home, all of those are I remember there was a time I was like, okay, if you're asking for it, let me give it to you. And you switch them up to suit you. Yes. Yeah. For example, even when you look at our home organization tool, we don't wash on Saturdays. Why don't we wash on Saturdays? Because Saturday is the day everybody has come home. Yes. Children want to play outside. They want to play football. Where you'll think in their bed sheets. You'll do like this. The clothes will fall down. Yes, your shoes you'll fall in the basin. Then the place is all murky and it's all dirty with all the soap and all the water pouring. What? And so you find that children can't enjoy home on Saturday, and yet Saturday should be such a fun day. So for us to either you wash on Friday or you wash on Monday. Yes. Leave Saturday alone so you can just enjoy your home. Even you're not, because people do general cleaning on Saturday. Why are you doing general cleaning on Saturday? Your husband is home, he's there sneezing, he's there, all of those things. So certain things, I think it's just better to have that. Sneezing from the powder soap, the omo, the dust, the word, because now you are showing that no, let's just be a day the wires are open, even you can play with pen now.
Yes.
You can
Concentration.
You can do consultation, leave us alone.
Some people call it consultation.
This one is on concentration. What is that? She's the ones of down the Mississippi. If you miss, you go up. It's down the Mississippi. If you go out. Don't you know? I tell this one, she has gone out. She's not in the game anymore. Let us know in the comment section how you are managing your home, what you are doing to make sure that your home is spick and span, or if you left it to the memes that say, a time will come and the children won't be there and you'll still have your clean sofa. So let them enjoy themselves and have fun. Or are you that kind of parent who's just saying, no, let my children have a good time. Let's have a happy home of just disorganization, because one day they'll be gone and I'll have a clean, quiet home, and I don't want that. So let us know in the comment section, which of these parents are you, or which of these mothers, or which of these home managers are you? And as we're talking about home management, maybe one day we'll talk about femininity and how you put your look together, like we have been put together by Sununu Effects for our makeup, and our hair by Zuri, and our clothes by
Arija Fashion
and Cadia Fashions. You know, just how to put yourself, how to manage yourself. Maybe one day we should talk about it. Let us know in the comment section. Thank you so much for coming, and welcome to our home, our living room, as the Mlondos. And here at Bump Love, we're wishing you a happy week. Goodbye.